Hello my beautiful loves, and welcome back to my channel. I want to go ahead and start this off by saying we all know that I am new to the whole ASMR thing, and I have never done a role play as a character before, so if this is cringy, I apologize in advance. And I also do want to put a disclaimer that this video will contain fake blood. I didn't see anything in the YouTube guidelines saying that I couldn't use it, but we're going to find out together whether they take this video down or not. If they do, then I'll just know for the future. And if they don't, then I hope that you get to see this and that you enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into the roleplay. Empty. So thirsty. Where is that other bottle? Well. Who have we here? A visitor. A human. And what brings you to my humble little home? The storm took out your transportation. How tragically quaint. Come inside and relax. You can seek shelter here tonight until the storm passes, if you would like. Perfect. Come on in, my love. Please sit down and make yourself at home. Can I offer you a blanket? There we go. We can't have you getting cold now, can we? May I offer you a beverage? Here you go, my love. It's just a simple tea to help you relax. Just sit back and close your beautiful little eyes, snuggled all up in your blanket with your warm beverage, and relax. Would you like me to read you a bedtime story? Of course. Just sit back and relax. Once upon a time, sorry dear, my hellhounds have decided to awake. I'll be back in just a moment. Now, where were we? Oh yes. Once upon a time, there was a young princess. Her name was Ambrosia. Her beauty was deemed undeniable by any who saw her. Her long golden hair and bronze skin seemed to glow in the sunlight. Despite her beauty and smile, Ambrosia was harboring dark feelings in her heart. For this was the year of her 18th birthday. the year she was expected to marry the prince from the neighboring kingdom. Both the prince and Ambrosia's parents had been planning this union for years. The two knew this day would come eventually, despite the fact they had very different views on the situation. The prince was filled with joy at the thought of being married to the most beautiful woman in the kingdom. Ambrosia, on the other hand, was filled with anger and hatred. Her whole life she had been bossed around and given unrealistic expectations to live up to. On top of all of that, now she has to marry a man she harbors no feelings for. Desperate to break the chains and finally take control of her own life, Ambrosia began to seek out the help of anyone who could possibly get her out of her situation. With the help of her maid, she was able to set up a meeting with a man known as the Hunter. He had traveled in all different regions of the land, been to many places, and met many different people. Ambrosia figured if anyone could help her, it would be him. During their secret meeting that night, the hunter informed Ambrosia of a woman who he believed would be able to assist her. In the forest on the outskirts of the kingdom was a cottage, which was home to a woman known as Moon. It was rumored she was a powerful witch who preferred the isolated way of life and could only be found by those she deemed worthy of her time. You would know you found her by the distinct moon symbols on her face and hands. Upon learning this information, Ambrosia quickly gathered some items, acquired a horse, and set off to find the cottage. After hours of searching with no sign of a cottage, she was about to give up and head back home. While turning around, she was met by a black bat flying towards her. Ambrosia watched in confusion as the bat began to circle her. The sun was now beginning to rise, which was not normal timing for bats to fly. So she took the bat as a sign she was getting closer to finding the cottage. She simply asked the bat to show her the way to Moon and watched as the bat headed down a path in the trees. Quickly she followed until coming to a small clearing where she watched as the bat flew through a small opening in a window of a cottage. Knowing this was the place that the hunter spoke of, Ambrosia quickly dismounted her horse and went to the door. Before she could knock, the door flew open, and she was greeted by a woman with short black hair and white moon phase symbols across her forehead. Before she could even speak, Ambrosia was pulled inside. She was about to speak when Moon shushed her and informed her that she already knew who she was, for she foresaw their paths crossing years ago. The two walked over to a table and sat across from each other. Now that Ambrosia was finally able to get a word in, she informed Moon that she simply wished to gain control of her life. She no longer wanted her father or anyone else to have power over her, to be able to defend herself and provide for herself. Moon sat quietly as she listened before asking a question that caught Ambrosia by surprise. Do you want revenge? After a few moments of silence, Ambrosia nodded. She then told Moon how she wanted a life like what she had, to live a life of peace without anyone around to judge, boss, or control her. A life where things didn't always have to be rainbows and sunshine. Just a simple, quiet life. After a few moments of consideration, Moon told Ambrosia she had a solution to her problem, but it would come at a high price. She was met with the response, the magic response, I'll pay whatever the price. That was all the witch needed to hear before throwing her hand up, causing Ambrosia's entire body to go stiff as a board. She sat there, wide-eyed, as she watched Moon begin to chant unknown words, causing the room to fill with a thick purple smoke. Like a flash of light, the bat from the woods flew through the smoke straight towards her, biting her on the neck. The pain was excruciating, and everything went dark. Ambrosia woke laying in her bed at the castle. She was confused, sore, and extremely thirsty. A thirst like she had never experienced before. She was snapped out of her thoughts by her father barging into her room. Him and the rest of the kingdom had been searching for her, but what he found made his blood boil. His daughter, who once was the golden flower of the land, with long golden hair and bronze skin, now sat in front of him with short hair, dark as night, and skin as pale as the snow. He began to yell at her, and as he did, Ambrosia's vision became red and blurry. The screams could be heard for miles as she wiped through the entire kingdom like a plague. The end. What happened to Ambrosia? She got exactly what she always wanted. A life of peace and quiet, all by herself. Did you enjoy your bedtime story? Good, good. Now just close your eyes and relax. I want to apologize to you, my dear, in advance. This may hurt just a little bit, but I promise you the pain will go as soon as it comes. Just close your eyes and relax. Hello, my beautiful love. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you enjoyed. As I mentioned at the start, I have never done a role play as a character before, and I've never done one with a storyline before. So I hope that my storyline, I hope that you understood what it was that I was trying to go for. I'm not the best storyteller in the world, but I wanted it to be like there was a stormy night and your transportation got messed up, so you ended up having to come and staying the night with me, and I helped you relax before I drained you dry because I was just so thirsty. I will admit this was a lot of fun though. And speaking of the story, I hope that you enjoyed the little story that I came up with. I last minute, I pulled all of this out of my ass. I knew that I wanted to continue to post YouTube videos this month, but with the whole spooky series that I'm doing, I don't know what I'm gonna be on Sundays. And today I pulled vampire, and I just last minute came up with all of this to try to make some kind of ASMR video. And I did try to look online to find a short story to read you, like a little popular one or something like that, but I couldn't find any. So I last minute put pen to paper and wrote this quick little short story about ambrosia. I don't even know how I came up with that name, but I think it's very pretty. So if you want to rate the story, I'd greatly appreciate it. I haven't wrote anything in so long, so it felt really good to write again. And yeah, I just had a blast doing this. Like I said, I don't know if YouTube's going to keep this up or not because of this. So if they do, then I hope that you enjoyed this. And if they don't, then they're going to take it down and you're never going to see it, and it won't matter, basically. But alright, babes, I think that is pretty much it. I hope that you found this relaxing, or at least enjoyable. I know it probably wasn't the most relaxing thing in the world. And I do apologize for my story reading skills. When I read in my head, but when I was reading out loud, it gave me like flashbacks to, like when you're in school and the teacher decides we're doing popcorn reading today, and you don't want to get called on, and then they call on you, and then you have to read out loud, and everyone makes fun of you. This kind of gave me PTSD back to those days. So hopefully I didn't mess up too bad. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I love you. Stay beautiful as always. And if you haven't already, don't forget to do the whole subscribe and hit the bell and the thumbs up. And y'all know how YouTube works. I am going to try to post an ASMR video every day this month. But as I mentioned, because of the spooky series, I don't know what I'm going to be. Therefore, I don't know exactly what those videos are going to be. So I'm going to just be winging it all month long. So if we could all just like bear with me, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I do apologize if any of them, even this one, was cringy and bad. But I love you. Bye.